Wetponds, brought to you by Jack Chambers Earth Champs, defenders of the Virginia Park Wetpond.
Today we're here at the Virginia Park Wetpond behind our school, Jack Chambers, in London, Ontario, to talk to you about stewardship.
Stewardship is responsible management of the environment and of our resources.
It is important to keep our fresh water sources clean and preserve our natural resources for the future generations.
Stormwater collects in the roads and then drains into catch basins. Later on, through underground pipes, leads into wet ponds and the Thames River.
The pond holds water and slowly distributes it into small streams. It holds runoff, rainwater, and melted snow. Having the pond in our area minimizes erosion, flooding, and improves water quality.
Also, wet ponds are created to help manage the flow of water.
If we all work together, we can help keep Virginia Park Pond a healthy and beautiful place.
Many communities have wet ponds, and it's our responsibility to take care of them. That's why we're here today to do a pond cleanup.
The students of 8G, including ourselves, are here to pick up any garbage we find.
It's important to take care of wet ponds because it's a habitat for many living things. So, without further ado, let's go!
School cleaning yellowfish on the road.
We are doing the Sport Trout Unlimited Canada's Yellowfish Road program.
This program helps by reminding people that water from our drains goes straight into our lakes, rivers, and streams.
By painting yellowfish beside our storm drains, it indicates that only clean water should go down the drains. No chemicals, oils, or other soaps.
Our partner is doing so now.
Yes. By doing this, I can help prevent people from polluting our water systems and wet ponds.
Right now, we're going to use a life scanner kit to try to identify the different types of fish that we have in our pond.
So once we have a fish, we'll pop it into this test tube, which has some preserving fluid in it, and then we'll use the life scanner app to scan the test tube, and after that, we'll send it off to the Biodiversity Institute of Guelph.
I can't wait to catch a fish.
There are many invasive plant species in London, including the purple blue stripe. Invasive species are not native and have a tendency to spread and cause damage to the environment.
That's true. All invasive species are one of the greatest threats to Ontario's wetlands and woodlands.
In London, we have to watch for buckthorn, European frogbit, and giant hawkweed.
Now we go live over to Curtis on location.
Hello, I'm at Virginia Pond. There may be many invasive species in and around the pond. If you find one, please contact the City of London for further information.
Here we are at a wet pond.
This is where we set up our mollusk trap.
A mollusk trap is a tent that catches bugs.
The bugs then get sent back to University of Guelph.
Why do they get sent there?
Because that's where they get barcoded.
They take a piece of the insect and barcode it to see what species we caught and whether or not it's rare.
In total, we caught about 800 bugs.
That's about 178 species.
Wow, that's a great diversity of bugs around our wet pond.
You should try this cool experiment at home to test the pH values of your household items.
All you need is a blender, some red cabbage, and blend them both.
Take all of your household items and put a little bit into each cup of cabbage juice.
Let's see how the colors changed.
The ammonia turns the red cabbage into a green color. The baking soda turns the cabbage into a blue color. Basic materials have a high pH and the highest level is 14.
Let's see how the lemon juice changes. The lemon juice changed the cabbage juice into a very bright red color. The vinegar also changed the cabbage juice into a very bright color. Acidic materials have a low pH. The lowest level is 0, and they turn the cabbage juice very bright. We have now made a pH scale at home. Why don't you try this experiment yourself?
pH may be science,
But
it can be cool and fun.
Hey guys, I saw a robin. It must be spring.
Well, Eddie, for many years, people have thought the robin was the best sign of spring, but that has been proven to be wrong.
You're right, Ryan. Scientists have studied that the vast majority of robins do move south in the winter. However, some stick around and move to northern locations.
So what is a good sign of spring?
The red-winged blackbird, of course.
The red-winged blackbird is one of the best signs of spring in Canada. Their spring migration takes place through mid-February to mid-May.
The male red-winged blackbird returns before the female in the spring and stays out and defends its territory.
Yeah, some robins don't even migrate south.
So the red-winged blackbird lives at our pond. Let's find it.
Right!
It is very important to make sure that our wet ponds are well taken care of, because what we put down our storm drains eventually end up in a river.
We have these LabQuest kits that help us test water quality.
We can measure the pH of the waters, which should be neutral. High or low pH could harm many animals and organisms in the water.
It can also test water turbidity, which is the clarity of water. If the water is cloudy, it can be unhealthy for many animals and organisms living in the pond.
The kit can also measure chloride, which is the salinity of water, and the ammonium, which can come from runoff and from farmers' fields.
Boy, our wet ponds sure look great!
That's all for now from the Jack Chambers Earth Champs. Remember to protect your local wet pond.